Have you ever stepped outside on a chilly day, taken a deep breath, and then watched a puff of white cloud appear right in front of your face? It looks a little like smoke, but you know it isn't. It vanishes just as quickly as it appeared. So, what exactly is that cloud you are making? Imagine a crisp, cold winter morning. The ground is frosty, and the air feels sharp and clean. You're all bundled up in your warmest coat, a hat and gloves. Inside your winter gear, you feel cozy and warm. Your body is working hard to stay at its normal, comfortable temperature no matter how cold it gets outside. You take a breath and exhale. Poof. A miniature white cloud bursts into existence, hangs in the air for a moment, and then disappears into nothing. It's a simple, everyday experience during cold weather, but the science behind why it happens reveals something incredible about your breath and the air around you. To solve this mystery, we first need to understand what your breath is actually made of. It is not just empty air being pushed out of your lungs. Your breath is a special mixture of different gases. A large part of it is nitrogen, which you breathe in and out without changing it. There is also carbon dioxide, which your body produces as waste. Both of these gases are completely invisible all the time, but there is a third very important ingredient in every breath you exhale. That ingredient is water. This isn't water like you drink from a glass. It's water in its gas form, an invisible gas that we call water vapor. Your lungs are warm and moist, providing the perfect environment to add this water vapor to the air you are about to breathe out. So every single time you exhale, you are releasing a puff of air that is very warm and very humid, full of this invisible water vapor. On a warm summer day, this warm, moist air simply mixes with the warm air outside. The water vapor spreads out and remains completely invisible. But cold air is different. It plays by a different set of rules when it comes to holding moisture. This is the entire key to the puzzle. The most important fact to remember is this: cold air cannot hold as much water vapor as warm air can. You can think of warm air like a giant sponge with plenty of room to soak up and hold a lot of invisible water vapor. Cold air, on the other hand, is like a very small sponge. It gets filled up with moisture very quickly and can't hold anymore. So when your very warm, moist breath leaves your body and hits the very cold outside air, a rapid change happens. Cold air immediately chills the pocket of air that you just exhaled, dropping its temperature in a fraction of a second. As your breath gets colder, the air in it suddenly loses its ability to hold onto all that water vapor it was carrying from your lungs. The small sponge of cold air is instantly overfilled. The water vapor has nowhere left to hide in its gas form. Because it has nowhere else to go, the excess water vapor is forced to change its state. It must turn from a gas back into a liquid. This process of a gas turning into a liquid because of a change in temperature is called condensation. Condensation is one of the most fundamental processes in nature, and you have probably seen it happen hundreds of times without even thinking about it. Think about taking a cold can of soda out of the fridge on a warm day. Almost immediately, the outside of the can gets covered in tiny water droplets. That water isn't leaking from inside the can. It's condensation from the air. The invisible water vapor in the warm air is turning into liquid water as it comes into contact with the cold surface of the can. Seeing your breath is the exact same scientific principle. It's just happening in mid-air instead of on a solid surface. The moment your breath hits the cold, the water vapor inside it instantly condenses into billions and billions of microscopic liquid water droplets. If it is extremely cold outside, that water vapor might even turn directly into tiny ice crystals, a process called deposition. It is this massive collection of tiny liquid droplets and ice crystals, all clustered together, that is dense enough to scatter light. That scattered light is what makes the cloud visible to your eyes, The little puff of smoke is actually a cloud made of your own water. For a brief moment, you are creating a tiny, personal weather system right in front of your face. The cloud then disappears quickly because those tiny droplets spread out, evaporate, and mix with the huge volume of surrounding air. This simple, everyday magic is a perfect example of physics and chemistry at work. It's a visual reminder of the constant interaction between different temperatures and states of matter. The invisible world of gases and temperature changes becomes visible, all because of the difference between the warmth of your body and the coldness of the world. So the next time you step into the cold and see that familiar white puff appear, you will know exactly what is happening. You are not just breathing. You are watching the science of condensation create your very own cloud.